Welcome, everyone. Today we are talking about something very important. How to learn English at home. Many people think, I need a teacher. I need a big course. I need to go outside. No, you can build strong English from your own room, if you follow the right system. In this video, I will show you practical methods that actually work. Not theory, not complicated grammar. Real steps you can use every single day at home. If you use these correctly, your English will improve, slowly, steadily, and confidently. Trick 1. Build a simple daily routine. This is where most learners fail. They study randomly. One day, 2 hours. Next day, nothing. Then 1 week break. That is not learning. That is confusion. English improves through repetition, and repetition needs structure. So build a very simple daily routine. Not complicated, not stressful, simple. Like 20 minutes listening, 20 minutes reading, 20 minutes speaking. Just 1 hour. That's it. But do it every day. Same time, same place. Your brain loves patterns. When you study at the same time daily, something powerful happens. Your brain stops resisting. It starts preparing automatically. Just like when you feel hungry at the same time every day, your body gets used to it. The same happens with learning. Consistency reduces mental resistance. And when resistance reduces, improvement increases. Fluency is not built in one powerful session. It is built in 100 small sessions. Imagine 2 people. Person A studies 5 hours once a week. Person B studies 1 hour daily. After 30 days, Person B wins. Because the brain remembers repeated exposure better than long, irregular exposure. Your brain builds English pathways slowly. Daily repetition strengthens those pathways. That is how fluency grows. Not suddenly. Gradually. Don't say, I will study 4 hours daily. That sounds powerful, but it is not sustainable. Instead say, I will study 1 hour daily for 90 days. Small promise. Big results. If you only follow this first trick seriously, your English will already start changing. Routine creates discipline. Discipline creates progress. Progress creates confidence. And confidence makes you continue. Trick 2. Track progress weekly. The system that keeps you from quitting. Most English learners do not fail because they are not smart. They fail because they cannot see progress. And when you cannot see progress, your brain thinks, this is not working. So motivation drops, consistency drops, confidence drops, and then you stop. But here's the truth. English improvement is happening silently. Your brain is absorbing patterns. Your ears are recognizing sounds. Your tongue is adjusting. Your sentence speed is improving. But it feels invisible. That's why weekly tracking is powerful. Tracking turns invisible growth into visible proof. And proof creates belief. If you check yourself every day, you will feel disappointed. Because progress in 1 day is too small. But check once a week. Now the difference becomes noticeable. This is how the brain works. Growth is slow daily. Growth is visible weekly. Growth is impressive monthly. So your system must match how the brain improves. Layer 1. Weekly speaking evidence. Every Sunday, record yourself speaking for exactly 3 minutes. No preparation. Just choose one topic. My daily routine. What I learned this week. My opinion about success. Why I want to learn English. Speak naturally. Don't stop. Don't restart. Don't correct mistakes. Just speak continuously. Now listen to last week's recording. You will notice. Fewer pauses. Faster thinking. Better pronunciation. Less fear. More natural flow. This comparison builds confidence. Because now your brain sees, I am improving. And once your brain believes improvement is happening, it cooperates more. Layer 2, error awareness check. While listening to your recording, ask, where did I pause too much? Where did I repeat words? Where did I struggle to express an idea? Write those down, not to feel bad, but to train smarter. For example, if you paused because you didn't know vocabulary, next week you focus on vocabulary. If you paused because of sentence structure, next week you practice speaking longer sentences. Tracking gives direction. Without tracking, you are guessing. Layer 3, confidence measurement. Ask yourself weekly, did I speak more confidently this week? Did I speak louder? Did I think faster? Did I hesitate less? Confidence is also progress, not just grammar. Sometimes your grammar improves slowly, but your confidence improves quickly. That matters, because confidence leads to fluency. When you track weekly, you stop comparing yourself to others. You start comparing yourself to your past version, and that changes everything. Instead of thinking, they speak better than me, you think, I speak better than last month. That mindset builds long-term consistency. If you record yourself for 4 weeks, week 1, hesitation. Week 2, slight improvement. Week 3, noticeable flow. Week 4, clear difference. After 90 days, your past recording will sound like a different person. And that is when real confidence begins. Not because someone praised you, but because you heard your own growth. Tracking is not about judging yourself. It is about respecting your effort enough to measure it. No teacher at home? You become your own teacher. No exam? You create your own evaluation. No one pushing you? You monitor yourself. That is how serious learners grow. Trick 3. Build a daily active speaking system. Listen carefully. You can listen for years. You can read for years. You can watch videos for years. But if you don't speak, you will never feel fluent. Fluency is not understanding. Fluency is production, and production requires daily speaking, even alone, especially alone. Your brain has 2 different systems. 1, passive knowledge, what you understand. 2, active ability, what you can say. Most learners build passive knowledge. They understand English. They enjoy English. They recognize English. But when it's time to speak, silence. Why? Because understanding is not speaking. Speaking is a physical skill. Your mouth, your tongue, your breathing, your speed, your sentence organization. All of that must be trained, and that training must happen daily. Now I will give you a structured system, not random talking, a real system. You divide your speaking into 4 parts. Every day. No excuses. Daily life commentary, 5 to 10 minutes. This is simple but powerful. Talk about what you're doing, out loud. For example, I am making tea right now. The water is boiling. I am adding sugar. Today I feel a little tired because I slept late. It sounds basic, but this does something important. It connects English directly to real life. You stop translating. You start thinking in English. This builds automaticity. Automatic thinking creates fluency. Do this daily, even if sentences are simple. Simple sentences build complex confidence. The retelling system, 10 minutes. After watching any short video or reading something, close it. Now explain it. Not perfectly, in your own words. For example, I watched a video about discipline. The speaker said motivation is temporary. He explained that consistency is more important. This trains sentence connection, idea organization, memory recall, speaking without preparation. Fluency is not memorizing sentences. Fluency is organizing thoughts quickly. Retelling builds that muscle. Question-answer simulation. 10 minutes. Now you simulate real conversation. Ask yourself questions. Answer immediately. For example, what are my goals? My goal is to improve my English and become confident. What is the biggest problem in my country? I think unemployment is a major issue because this builds quick thinking, opinion expression, real conversation ability, confidence under pressure. You are training your brain to respond fast. That's real fluency. Mirror confidence drill. 5 minutes. Stand in front of a mirror. Look into your own eyes. Speak clearly. Not fast, not quiet. Clear, slow, confident. You train eye contact, body language, facial expression, voice stability. Confidence is not only words. It is posture. It is tone. It is breathing. If you look confident alone, you will look confident outside, because it attacks all speaking weaknesses. Fear, slow thinking, translation, low confidence, poor flow, and it fixes them, not in one day, but daily. Consistency beats intensity. First week, you feel uncomfortable. Second week, you feel slightly faster. Third week, you notice smoother sentences. Fourth week, you feel more natural. After 90 days, speaking feels normal, not scary, not stressful, normal. And that is fluency. They wait for someone to talk to. They wait for opportunity. They wait for confidence. Don't wait. Create the environment. Your room can become your classroom. Your mirror can become your audience. Your voice can become your teacher. If you speak 20 minutes daily for 90 days, that is 30 hours of active speaking. Most learners don't even have 5 hours of real speaking practice. That's why they feel stuck. Fluency is practice volume, not talent, not intelligence. Volume, daily repetition, structured system. Trick 4. Practice with ChatGPT, your 24/7 English speaking partner. Let's be honest. One of the biggest problems when learning English at home is this. You don't have someone to talk to. No partner. No teacher. No native speaker. No one to correct you. So what happens? You study, you listen, you read. But you don't practice real conversation. That's where ChatGPT becomes powerful. If you use it correctly, it can become your speaking partner, your writing corrector, your vocabulary builder, your grammar explainer, your confidence trainer. But most people use it wrongly. They only read answers. They don't interact. You must use it actively. ChatGPT is not just for asking questions. It is for practicing English. But you must treat it like a conversation partner, not like Google. You don't just read, you respond, you speak, you think, you interact. Open ChatGPT, type, "Let's have a conversation. Ask me simple questions. Correct my mistakes gently." Now answer every question fully, not one-line answers. Write 5 to 6 sentences. If possible, speak your answers out loud before typing. Then check corrections. This builds real-time thinking, sentence formation, vocabulary usage, confidence. You are simulating a real conversation without pressure. And you can do this anytime, morning, night, break time. ChatGPT never gets tired, never judges, never laughs at mistakes. That removes fear. Ask, "Give me 5 speaking topics. I will speak for 2 minutes on each." Now record yourself speaking. "Here is what I said. Please improve it." You get better sentence structure, improved vocabulary, clear corrections. This is powerful because you speak first, then you improve. That is how fluency grows, not by copying, by producing and refining. Many learners are afraid of grammar mistakes, so they stop speaking. Instead, use ChatGPT as your safe corrector. Type something like, correct my grammar but keep my sentence simple. You will see. Your ideas are good. Only structure needs small fixes. That builds confidence. Because you realize, I am not bad at English. I just need polishing. That mindset changes everything. Instead of memorizing 50 difficult words, do this. Ask. Give me 5 useful daily words and ask me to use them in sentences. Now create sentences. Then ask, are these natural? Improve them. This teaches usage, not memorization. Fluency depends on using words naturally, not knowing dictionary meanings. This is extremely powerful. Ask, let's do a job interview role play. Or, act like a foreign friend meeting me for the first time. Now respond naturally. This builds confidence, real conversation flow, practical English. You are practicing real-life situations at home, without pressure, without embarrassment. Don't only read ChatGPT answers. Respond, interact, think, speak aloud before typing. Turn it into an active practice tool. If you only read, improvement will be slow. If you engage, improvement becomes fast. Because you remove 3 big problems. No speaking partner, fear of judgment, lack of feedback. ChatGPT solves all 3. But discipline is still yours. Technology helps. Consistency transforms. 15 minutes conversation, 10 minutes correction, 5 minutes vocabulary practice. That's 30 minutes. In 90 days, you will have 45 hours of structured English practice. That is serious training. Most learners don't even reach 10 hours. That's why they stay average. ChatGPT will not make you fluent. Your daily speaking will. ChatGPT is the tool. You are the worker. If you treat it seriously, it becomes your best practice partner. If you use it casually, it becomes just another app. The difference is discipline. Trick 5. Become the person who uses English every day. Learning English at home is not only about practice, it is about how you see yourself. If you keep thinking, my English is weak, I am not confident, I am just a beginner, your brain accepts that label. And once your brain accepts a label, it behaves according to it. If you believe you are bad at English, you will hesitate more. So if you want to learn English at home seriously, you must slowly change the way you see yourself. Not fake confidence, not pretending. Gradual identity shift. Instead of saying, I am trying to learn English, start saying, I practice English daily. There is a difference. Trying feels temporary. Practicing feels serious. Trying feels optional. Practicing feels committed. When you say, I practice daily, your brain starts expecting consistency from you. And when you miss practice, you feel it. Because it doesn't match who you are becoming. That is powerful. At home, start living small parts of your day in English. When you wake up, think, what is my plan today? Not in your native language, in English. When you prepare food, think, I am cutting vegetables. I need more salt. This tastes good. When you walk, think, the weather is nice. I feel energetic today. This may feel small, but it builds something very important. It connects English to real life. Not textbooks, not exams, real life. When English connects to daily life, it becomes natural. And when something becomes natural, fluency grows automatically. Start writing small daily things in English. Your shopping list, your goals, your reminders, your weekly plans. Even short notes like, call friend at 6 p.m. These are small changes, but they tell your brain, English is not a subject. English is part of my routine, and that removes mental distance. Many learners treat English like a separate world, but fluent speakers treat English like a normal tool. That shift happens at home, not in class. Another important thing: stop speaking negatively about your English. Many learners joke like this: "My English is very bad." Don't laugh at my English. I can't speak properly. Every time you say that, even jokingly, your brain stores it. Your brain does not understand humor. It understands repetition. If you repeat weakness, it builds weakness. So change your internal language. Say, "I am improving every day. My sentences are becoming smoother. I am getting more comfortable speaking." You don't need to lie. You need to focus on progress. Because progress is real, even if it is slow. Now let's go deeper into behavior. People who truly improve at home do something simple. They stop asking, "Should I study today?" They decide, "I study every day." When something becomes a decision, not a question, discipline increases. If brushing your teeth was optional, you would skip it. But it is part of who you are. So you don't debate it. You just do it. English practice must become like that. Not a daily debate, a daily standard. When you practice daily, even 30 to 60 minutes for 60 to 90 days, something changes inside you. You stop feeling like a beginner. You start feeling familiar with English. Words come faster, ideas form faster. Confidence increases. Not because someone gave you confidence, because repetition created comfort. Comfort creates confidence. Confidence creates fluency. At home, no one is controlling you. No one is grading you. No one is forcing you. That is your advantage. Because now your growth depends on your discipline, not on external pressure. And when growth comes from self-discipline, it lasts longer. That is real independence. Here is a small daily exercise you can start tonight. Before sleeping, speak for 1 minute in English about your day. Just 1 minute. Not perfect. Just honest. Do this for 30 days. You will feel a shift. After 60 days, you will notice smoother speaking. After 90 days, you will not feel like the same person. Because daily action shapes identity, and identity shapes results. At home, you are not alone. You are in control. You decide your exposure. You decide your routine. You decide your practice volume. And if you choose daily action over excuses, English will stop feeling difficult. It will start feeling familiar. And once English feels familiar, fluency becomes possible. Trick 6. Follow a daily 60-minute plan. Most learners fail at home for one reason. They study randomly. One day grammar, next day vocabulary, then watching videos without speaking, then nothing for 3 days. That is not a system. That is confusion. Fluency requires structure. So instead of asking, "What should I study today?" you follow the same structured 60-minute framework daily. No thinking, no guessing, just execution. You don't need 4 to 5 hours. You need focused repetition. 1 hour daily equals 30 hours per month. After 3 months equals 90 hours. Most learners don't even have 20 hours of serious speaking practice. Consistency beats intensity. You divide it into 4 powerful parts. 15 minutes. Listening. 15 minutes. Reading. 15 minutes. Speaking. 15 minutes. Writing. Each part trains a different fluency muscle. Together, they build complete English ability. 1. 15 minutes listening. Build natural language patterns. Listening is not passive. It is training your brain to recognize rhythm, pronunciation, and sentence structure. Choose short videos, 3 to 5 minutes. Watch with focus. Replay difficult parts. Notice how sentences are connected. Pay attention to tone and speed. Do not just watch. Listen actively. Ask yourself, what words did I hear repeatedly? How did they start the sentence? How did they express opinion? Listening builds subconscious patterns. When you hear correct English daily, your brain copies it naturally. You don't memorize, you absorb. 2. 15 minutes reading. Build vocabulary and sentence structure. Reading builds clarity. Choose simple material, not difficult novels, not complicated academic articles, short articles, simple blogs, short stories. While reading, underline useful phrases. Notice sentence patterns. Learn words in context. Do not memorize long word lists. Instead of learning the word determine, learn the sentence. I determined to improve my English. Sentences build fluency. Single words build confusion. Reading strengthens your sentence-building ability. 3. 15 minutes speaking. This is where real fluency is built. No skipping. Even if you feel uncomfortable, use this structure. 5 minutes. Talk about your day. 5 minutes. Retell what you listened to. 5 minutes. Answer random questions. Speak out loud, not in your mind. Out loud. Your mouth must practice. Your brain must organize ideas quickly. If you only read and listen, you become a good understander. If you speak daily, you become a communicator. Fluency lives in the mouth. 4. 15 minutes writing. Organize your thinking. Writing slows your brain down. That's good. It forces clarity. Write a small paragraph daily. For example, today I practiced English for 1 hour. I learned 3 new phrases. I struggled with pronunciation but improved after repeating. Writing improves. Grammar awareness. Sentence structure. Logical thinking. It also strengthens speaking because clear thinking leads to clear speaking. It attacks all areas. Listening, input. Reading, vocabulary and structure. Speaking, fluency. Writing, clarity. Most learners only focus on one area. Balanced practice creates faster results. Same time daily. No phone distractions. No skipping speaking. No perfection pressure. Simple repetition. That is the secret. First week, slight discomfort. Second week, slight improvement. Third week, faster thinking. Fourth week, noticeable confidence increase. After 90 days, you will feel completely different. Not perfect, but comfortable. Comfort leads to confidence. Confidence leads to fluency. When you follow this plan daily, something important happens. You stop depending on motivation. You depend on structure. And structure is stronger than emotion. If you study only when motivated, progress is slow. If you study daily by routine, progress is guaranteed. Trick 7. Focus on simple English. This is how real fluency starts. If you want to speak English fluently at home, you must understand one rule. Fluency is not about big words. Fluency is about smooth speaking. Many learners think, if I use difficult vocabulary, I will sound fluent. But what happens? They search for words, they pause, they forget, they lose confidence, they stop speaking. So they know English, but they can't use English. That is the problem. Simple English fixes this, because simple English is fast, and speed creates flow, and flow creates confidence, and confidence creates fluency. Simple English has 3 big powers. 1. You can speak faster, because you don't have to think too much. 2. You make fewer mistakes, because simple structures are easier to control. 3. People understand you easily, and when people understand you, your confidence grows. This is the real goal, not to impress, to express. Simple English does not mean baby English. It means clear words, short sentences, direct meaning. For example, instead of saying, I would like to articulate my perspective regarding this matter, say, I want to share my opinion about this. Same meaning. More natural, more confident, more fluent. Fluent speakers often use simple sentences because fluency is clarity, not complexity. They try to learn advanced vocabulary, hard grammar rules, complex sentence structures before they can speak basic English comfortably. It's like trying to run a marathon before learning to walk properly. First build strong basics, then add complexity, not the opposite. If you want to sound fluent with simple English, use this structure. Start with a simple sentence. Add one extra sentence. Add one example. That's it. For example, I am learning English at home. I practice every day for 1 hour. For example, I speak alone and record my voice weekly. This sounds fluent, not because of big words, because of smooth structure. Confidence is not a feeling. Confidence is comfort. When you choose simple English, you feel safe. You feel in control. You don't panic. You don't freeze. That calmness makes you sound fluent. Many learners have vocabulary, but they lack comfort. Simple English builds comfort first. Use daily life topics. Talk about things you already know. Your routine, your family, your plans, your goals, your problems, your opinions. You don't need complicated topics at the beginning. You need speaking control. Use short, clear sentences. Instead of one long sentence, use two short ones. Long sentences create mistakes and confusion. Short sentences create control. Repeat common phrases. Fluency comes from repetition. Learn 20 to 30 common sentence starters like, I think, I feel, in my opinion, I want to, I need to, I don't agree, because. These phrases are simple, but powerful. They help you speak anywhere. Native speakers use simple English most of the time. They don't speak like textbooks. They speak like real life. If you speak simple English clearly, you will sound more natural than someone using heavy vocabulary with hesitation. Natural speaking is the real fluency. The goal is to sound confident. Smart English without confidence sounds weak. Simple English with confidence sounds powerful. That is why simple English wins. If you cannot say a sentence smoothly in 2 seconds, it is too complex. Simplify it. Say it easily first, then slowly add advanced words later. Fluency is built step by step. When you focus on simple English for 30 days, you stop hesitating. You stop translating so much. You start forming sentences automatically. You feel confident speaking alone. You feel ready to speak in public. Because you built a strong foundation. And strong foundation creates fast growth. Trick 8. Record yourself. The fastest way to fix your speaking at home. When you learn English at home, you face one big problem. You don't know how you sound. In your mind, you think you spoke well. But in real life, your voice may be too fast, too low, unclear, or full of pauses. And because you cannot hear yourself properly, you repeat the same mistakes again and again. Recording yourself fixes that. Because it gives you something most learners never get at home. Clear feedback. No guessing, no imagination. Real proof. Let me tell you something important. You don't need a big classroom. You don't need expensive courses. You don't need perfect conditions. You need discipline. You need structure. You need daily action. Your room can become your classroom. Your voice can become your teacher. Your phone can become your practice partner. Everything you need is already around you. The only question is, will you use it?